So, welcome to Beyond Meditation, the Human Vibe Attunement. This call also is being telecast live on Facebook. We have managed to work out how to do that, so it's really beautiful to have many people that have known me, that have followed me on my page, to also receive these messages. So, the Human Vibe Attunement. Today, my guidance is to really share what actually happens. In these three phrases that we say, what actually occurs. The intention that you've all heard me say is, the intention of this is to really dissolve that deep-seated conflict between the soul being feeling confined in its expression through the human form, and recognizing that the human form, in fact, is an amplification and an attunement of the soul presence in the frequency of love. So as a result, in this third dimensional reality that we all live in, by having the soul being, recognize itself as a human, receive itself as a human, and accept itself as a human, it is like a complete oneness and union of these two forms that come together. And once and for all, there is an honoring of each other, of what it is that is unique and worthy about them, and recognizing that in this other presence. So the soul being can now, what happens is the soul being can now freely express itself as the limitless, eternal, omnipresent light that it is. And it really can just do what it is here to do. It doesn't go into any form of judgment or evaluation that actually is something that is confined to the human form. The human form now can relax and be what it is meant to be, which is love, and really operate from that innate vibrational frequency of love. The soul being operates from its innate vibrational frequency of limitlessness. And literally, when the two come together through this chant that we are about to do, they recognize each other, honor each other, and a vibe of honoring gets anchored on the planet. So each one of us that steps into the human vibe, we give ourselves permission to express who we truly are, and the pathway that has been formed for us when we choose to take birth in this human form literally opens up. Now, we may not necessarily see it instantly, but there is an opening that starts to happen. And as you keep doing it over and over and over again, you'll actually start seeing that pathway, and you'll start walking that pathway. This coming together and the dissolving of that deep-seated inner conflict, literally what it does is it takes away all the undertones of conflict, as well as the overtones of conflict. And many of you who've done my work, who've been with me on the journey to miracles and other work, when I say everything begins and ends with you. So when that conflict, deep-seated conflict, is dissolved, all the undertones taken out, and you show up in your regalia in this human form, knowing that the expression that is coming out through you, you are a vessel of the expression of your soul being, which is completely eternal, and it is a soul being that is omnipresent. You step into a space of owning yourself as the creator of your world. And as you own yourself as the creator, you know that if you're the creator, if something is occurring that you don't want to have, you can create a solution for it. There is nothing outside of you that is causing anything to happen. You've allowed it to be present in your reality, and you're choosing to react and respond in a way that doesn't feel pleasant. Stepping into the human vibe connection, and sometimes the reconnection between the soul and the human form, allows you this like literally very rapid regrouping within yourself. And from that space, you can see clearly what it is that you are to do or what action you are to take next. It's like the ultimate being, the ultimate beingness of being human, which is love. And love is only a frequency, and it is the frequency, which means the soul being, which is a speck of consciousness created by the creator in the form of light that gets lodged into this human form, completely unleashes and expresses itself fully as the soul being that it is. And remember, when there is light, even a sliver of light removes darkness. So what this chant does, these 3 phrases do, is they literally activate various slivers of light at a cellular level. So when you allow yourself to just be with the phrases, and sometimes people go into a very deep trance, and you heard Gaurav share what happened with us when we first got to know about this. We would go into a very deep state of rest. And that is what is available to you also, and that allows all of your cells to regroup and recalibrate and return to their original and innate vibrational frequency. It's beyond meditation, and I don't need to justify it. It's beyond meditation because it really is something that addresses an issue that got seated here the moment the human form was birthed. And meditation is a way in which you can get to a state of calmness within. This one, the moment you dissolve that conflict, and you release that deep-seated trauma of separation from source, you are the I am frequency in complete unison and coherence between the soul and the human form, and you can express yourself fully. So we're going to begin by, that's what we're going to do. We're going to say the 3 phrases where the soul being is acknowledging this human form. And it begins with saying, I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Such a huge form of acknowledgement of this human form. And in the soul being, acknowledging the human form in this way, the human form rises to the highest vibrational frequency that it is meant to have and embody. And the two together come into this complete coherence. So let's begin. Get yourself to be really comfortable and imagine the base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. It's connected to the core of the earth through a golden cord, which has a precious metal gold, which is supporting your nervous system as well as working on the area in between your brain lobes as well as your brain cells. It's an activation of brain functionality that is taking place as a result of the clearing that this golden cord is now able to do. We also have Shungite, which removes all forms of negative vibrations, as well as lower vibrational energies, as well as pollutants. We also have the presence of the precious stone emerald, as well as ruby. I'm also seeing a presence of citrine this time, a beautiful crystal, citrine. You can look all this up on Google to know what these actually do. And this particular cord is acting like a vacuum suction pump, and it is releasing from your being any energies that are no longer in service of your highest good. It's releasing from your being and from your field anything that comes in the way of you recognizing and seeing your path clearly. There's a decluttering effect that is taking place today as this cord is activated and operating like a vacuum suction pump. You're going to go in concentric circles. So begin from the top of your crown, front of your forehead, the back of your head, the front of your nose, the back of your head, the front of your mouth, the back of your head, and scan everything in between. Your eyes settle deeper into their sockets. The ears crackle a little bit. The middle ear relaxes. You might have some saliva in your mouth. Just allow yourself to just swallow it. As all the nadi channels that terminate, 62,000 of them that terminate in your mouth, get completely cleared out, released, and ready to receive this beautiful unison between the soul being and the human form. The front of your neck, the back of your neck, everything in between. The brain stem, the fight-flight syndrome, that inflammation that is there for most of us, for most of our lives, that is literally getting relaxed right now. The front of your chest, the back of your chest, your shoulders are dropping. They're just settling into exactly the right place. The pressure on the thyroid is really relaxed. You're going down, front of your chest, the back of your upper back, everything in between, the middle of your waist and the back of your middle back and everything in between. You know, all your digestive tract, that entire muscle of your digestive system is currently being cleansed out, cleared out. Your abdomen, the front of your abdomen, the back of your lower back, and everything in between. The front of your hips and the back of your buttocks, the top of your thighs, the back of your thighs, the front of your knees, the back of your knees, the front of your shin, the back of your calf muscles, the top of your ankles, the base of your heel, the top of your feet, the base of your feet, everything in between, all your systems, your flow systems, your organ systems, your skeletal systems, and your life force systems are all being cleared and decluttered right now. And in doing so, they're being infused with the perfect amount of monochromatic light, green, red, orange, and yellow. And feeding your cells, feeding your cells. And you now notice the opening of this beautiful little doorway right in between your solar plexus and your heart. And as that doorway opens, out comes this sparkling light. It looks like an even brighter sparkle than the best diamond that we might have ever seen. It's like a sparkle that you have never experienced before, and that is your sparkle, the sparkle of your soul being. It is choosing to show itself this time. And as it starts to acknowledge itself as a human, receive itself as a human, accept itself as a human, this sparkling light starts to lodge itself in the middle of every cell and every nanocell of your being. And you settle into the innate vibrational frequency of being human, which is love. You rise to the enlightened frequency of the soul being presence of you. And in doing so, you anchor the presence of the Creator, and the triangle is complete. So let's begin. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your right hand just about 4 inches away from your right ear and your left hand over your navel. And what it does is it literally acts like a super suction pump, which sucks out any overwhelm that might have got percolated and risen up from your cells. Just need to hold it there for about 34 seconds. Take your right hand now, just put it over your heart. And breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. We are getting ourselves into a whole brain state and getting fully aligned, mind brain, heart brain, and the gut brain. The mind brain is about survival. Your heart brain operates in the now, And your gut brain operates by being a steward of all the wisdom that you have amassed as a soul being. By bringing about this connection, you're giving your body permission for your inner wisdom to be recognized and realized, brought into presence in the now, and expressed through the human form. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's regular breaths. Breathing in love, kindness, and compassion. Take a breath in, go all the way down your spine, all the way to your tailbone. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out through your heart, gratitude and peace. Breathe in, love, kindness, and compassion, going all the way down to your tailbone. And you're going to breathe out through your heart, gratitude and peace. Breathe in, all the way down your spine, love, kindness, and compassion. And you're going to breathe out, gratitude and peace. Take your hands in front of your throat, rub them against each other. Move them very slowly in front of your face, all the way up to your third eye. Now put your hands over your eyes, open your eyes in them. Take them on top of your head, back of your neck, on either side. So just one word that you are present to, declare the session complete. And if you would like to share one word that you're present to in the chat, that would be absolutely brilliant. Any of you would like to join our Thursday evening calls? Our focus this next time is on coherence, which is what we are, anchoring through the human vibe. But coherence in the context of what's next and what is emerging is quite interesting. We'll see what emerges on the Thursday evening call. So I look forward to seeing you there. And before that, I'll see you on Tuesday when we have the next Human Vibe Attunement. Thank you. Compassion, alignment, thank you, wholesomeness, harmony, peace, sparkle, brilliance, gratitude, deep thanks, peace, love, serenity, blessed. Thanks, compassion, healing, gratitude, more dignity, calm, total, grace, content, peace, love, now, surrender, emerging, gratitude, thanks, magical, compassion, surrender, more thanks, more gratitude, bliss, even more thanks. Interesting that coherence was the word that came to me from Janice. Magical, gratitude, peace, safety, thank you, more thank you, more thank you. Deep appreciation to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. We will just stay online for a few more minutes as you allow yourself to settle within yourself, and you can leave the meeting.